Okay, so this is gonna be the supercharging test for the LFP battery. We're in a supercharger right now, and if I go to charging, you can see we're at 14% charge. Yeah, so right now we're at 9:30. It's gonna probably I'm gonna be able to do maybe 10 minutes only. So we'll try that and see how fast it goes. So right now, like I said, 14%, 62 kilometers of range. Okay. So let's start charging. It says play while you wait. That's cool. And okay, so it's ramping up. 23, 26, 32. So this is the speed that it goes at. I don't know if that's gonna be readable. Let's see if I make this bigger. That doesn't really make it bigger. I go to charging. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So one of the things, what I did to drain down the battery without having to drive for hours, I just left the vehicle heating or cooling the vehicle with the AC on. So there's a mode here. For people that don't know, there's a camp mode there that you can use, and it will keep the AC on, until you turn it off, basically. Or if you go here, the charging, you can see there's a low power mode and there's an auto threshold. So energy consuming feature will be disabled once it gets to the 10%. I wasn't able to get it down to the 10%, but yeah. So right now we're hitting the maximum charge rate is 180 kilowatts. That's showing right here. And if we see to charge to 100%, it says that it's gonna take it 35 minutes. That's pretty good. So if you go on a break or so, but let's say if you want to charge it less, let's say 50%, right? Usually 50% is the fastest. The car charges up to 50% at the fastest speed. And we can see that it says that it's gonna take 8 minutes now to get to 50%. So only 8 minutes, which is basically like a stop in a gas station. With 8 minutes, you're good to go for another 200 kilometers. And 200 kilometers translates to maybe 2 hours of driving in the highway. It might not be that depending on how you drive, but that's not bad, right? So 8 minutes compared to the 35 minutes that I said before, that's quite fast. So right now we're staying at 180 and we are at 23%. It says battery low. So it gave me an error. Battery charging rate limited by low battery temperature. Vehicle is improving battery temperature to increase charge rate. Okay. That's good. But I mean, I think it's doing good. 180 that's the maximum as in terms of the specifications of the vehicle. As far as I know, it's not gonna go any faster. And we're already at 27%, which translates to 120 kilometers. There's another feature as well if you want to see more detailed view of what the vehicle is doing. If you go to software and just tap the name of the car here, And now type service. Oh, okay. So if you're on a demo drive, they don't let you enter the service mode. But yeah, if you did that, you would see more details in terms of what the vehicle is doing, and information about the battery as well, the actual capacity of the battery. Right now we are now at 175 kilowatts and we're at 32, so it's going down the curve in terms of the charge. And it says that basically for charging to 50%, there's only 5 minutes left. Now it removed that warning that it had, or information icon in there. That's the charging. And okay, so it's spitting up fans in the front of the vehicle, and it says that you might be able to see some water vapor coming out of the car. So that's normal. I seen that usually wintertime. Right now, I don't think you will see any vapor. If we go here, we can look at other stuff as well. Full self-driving, we've done 49% in, well, it says since 14.2. What's this customize summon? Okay, so customize summon, this is a feature you can use to call your vehicle from a parking or a garage. So you can change what it does when it completes and when you abort. Emissions on abort, I don't know what that is. There's a bumper clearance, so you can leave more space in your garage, for example. And require continuous press. I think in demo mode it's always set to that. It's more secure. Forward collision warning, so we're on the self-driving settings. We can set it to early, and we can set it lane departure to a warning, or assist. Basically will notch your wheel, your steering wheel, when you are turning without signaling, when you're changing lanes, basically. Okay, so right now it went down quite a bit. Let me see if is it because we're close to the 50%, or the charge speed. So right now I told it to go to 80. It's going up in charge speed. But it did dip down, like, I think I'll try to see the video later, or you can rewind the video. I don't know how you call it now, but you can probably check when the dip happened. But right now we're at 46%. I wish there was a way where it shows you the percentage and the mileage at the same time, because whenever I click here, it will switch here as well. So yeah, so right now we're 47%. I set it now to 80%, the charge limit. But yeah, it's I think we're almost there in terms of the time that it said that it was gonna take. So right now we're at 140, so it's going up. I think that the issue was those fans in the front of the bumper. Maybe the battery is too hot, or I don't know, too cool. probably hot, I would think. I had to maybe decrease that temperature. So again, I didn't precondition the battery as much as I would like to, because this supercharger was really close by, I mean. So right now we already hit the 50%, and I mean, we're ready to go. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's doing 130 now after, once it gets close to 50, I think at 45 it started to do that. So right now, the charge rate is going up, and then it's coming down. So it's like a curve like that. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and then we're just gonna go and drive back to the service center, or it's home. So if I drag this, it's telling me that I'm gonna arrive at 10 a.m. Maybe let's give it a bit more of a charge. Maybe let's do it until 60%. So it's doing 120, 123. So let's say if you got to this charger at 50%, that's probably the speed you would see that you had available to charge at. So it's gonna, take you 10 minutes to get to 80%. However, the thing is, after the 80% is where it charged really slow, compared from 10 to 80. Every electric car, or most of them, unless they are Chinese models, but even the Chinese, I think, once they get to 80 and go to 100%, it will take longer, as far as I know. It might not for the Chinese ones, but every US or North American, Europe, Europe made EV, the 80 to 90%, it takes quite a bit of time. So like if I go to the charging and set it to 100%, it will take me longer, right? So I don't know if, it says 20 minutes. So if 20 minutes is not too bad, but let's say now 80%. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, if I had the time to do it, I would. We already got to 60% now. So we came here with 14%, and now we are at 61% battery, and that's about 271 kilometers of driving range. But I really need to get going to return this vehicle at the established time that they told me, which was 10. I'm gonna already be a bit late, but it's doing 110. So I think once you after the 50%, it seems to be 50% was 120, right now it's 110, and that's quite good still for charging. So only 20 minutes to get to 100. The exact 100 might actually take longer, so it probably gets to 97, 98% in the 20 minutes, but that 100 usually takes a long time, at least for my car, to charge to 100%. So yeah, right now we're 65, and we're now going down again to 104 kilowatts, 103. And I think I'm just gonna call this one off. Let's see what time we're gonna get there. At 10:07. Should we keep going? I mean, technically I'm helping them as well because I'm charging the vehicle. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to use it for test drives. So we have done, so if you see the metrics here, we're at 99 kilowatts and we have done 32 kilowatt hour. So I believe this battery is about 62 kilowatts. So it's, you know, if it has done a bit more than half, it's probably a bit bigger than I think it's maybe 70, because if you think about it, we charge about, at this point we have charged like 50% of the battery you know, like relative capacity, let's say, since we arrive, because we arrive at 15%, and right now we're at 69, almost 70. So that was about 32, 31 kilowatts. So yeah, 10%. Yeah, I think it's probably about 70 kilowatts that you have available, and I think the premiums, they have an 82 or 83 kilowatts available. So okay, so we hit 70 and we're doing 90 kilowatts now. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna give it one more minute and that's it, and we're gonna go because I don't wanna get in trouble. So it's doing 89 kilowatts now. 88. So it's ramping down a bit. So since I started charging, it's been like 17 minutes now, and we are already at 71, which is 300 kilometers. That's plenty to drive. And we're doing about 80 kilowatts, 83 right now. Okay, so now it says we're gonna arrive at 10:10. And I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna stop charging now. I think this is informative for those that are thinking about buying this vehicle. Charging wise, I think it's quite good. I wouldn't complain about it unless once Canada start getting the Chinese made models from the BYD or Geely or whatever Chinese company, primarily BYD and their crazy batteries, then it's gonna seem slow or probably very slow to be charging in a Tesla. But at this moment, in terms of comparing it to other vehicles, the LFP battery is really good, I would say. In terms of charging, 180 kilowatts seems quite good. The other vehicles, they do 250, but it will not maintain the 250 kilowatts for too long. So it's gonna go like up and then probably go down quite a bit faster than this one did. This one maintained the 180 for a bit of time. So yeah, okay, so we're ready at 75%, and I don't know if it stay for the 80%. Yeah, to do the 100% it's gonna take 14 minutes, and if I go here, if I told it to do 80%, so it's just gonna take us 2 minutes to do that. So I'm 14. Oh, it's quite fast calculating. So let's see, 90%. 90% is gonna be 7 minutes. 100 is 14, so double. And 80, like we said, it was like 2 minutes. Yeah, so it's quite fast calculating the time it's gonna take. So 85% or 86 will take 5 minutes. And yeah, it's I would say it's really good. I mean, again, compared to my vehicle, which is old Model S, it charges at around 50 kilowatts. Right now, this one is doing 67, and we are at 77%. but my vehicle would have been doing like half of this, which is like, you know, 30 or 25 kilowatts at this charge of or battery level. Okay, so yeah, no, we really need to go now. Okay, so that's so basically right now to get to 100 is gonna be 13 more minutes, but yeah, that's 344 kilometers that we have available to charge. All right, so that's it for the video. So if you want, you can use my referral code if you're planning to buy this vehicle, and if you can as well, please give a like to this video too. If you're not planning to use it, the referral code, that's fine. You can also use our friends. And for the other thing I was gonna say, so like the video, and if you can, subscribe as well. So that's it. That's gonna be it for now, and we already, I think, got to the pretty close to the 80%, and yeah, we're just gonna go now. So let's see, the video says it took well, we started about 20 minutes ago, 21 minutes, and we just hit the 80%. So it took us 21 minutes from 15% battery charge. All right, so that's it for the video. Thank you so much. Bye.